अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So I welcome all of you for today's session. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 15th chapter. Yesterday we have discussed 14th chapter, untimely, in a wrong time. There was conception. Because of that, Diti is going to get two demonic children. So that we discussed in the yesterday's class. So today we'll continue from there. But Kashyapa was consoling her for her regret. She was regretting she committed offense towards Lord Shiva, not respecting him. So she approached her husband to have sexual intercourse. So, but for that kind of untimely, a wrong time sexual intercourse will lead to get the bad progeny. But Kashyapa was explaining her, don't worry, your grandson will be very famous. He is a devotee of the Lord, and he will spread the fame of this dynasty all over the universe. And his glories also are mentioned yesterday in that class we have discussed. So today we will continue from there. After that, what happened? मैत्रेय उवाच प्राजापत्यं तु तत्तेजः परतेजोहनं दितिः दधार वर्षाणि शतं शङ्कमाना सुरार्दनात्. Translation, anyone wants to volunteer to read it?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Sri Maitreya said, "My dear Vidura, Diti, the wife of the sage Kashyapa, could understand that the sons within her womb would be a cause of disturbance to the demigods. As such, she continuously bore the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni, which was meant to give trouble to others for 100 years."
Hmm. So 100 years, these babies are inside. The great sage Sri Maitreya was explaining to Vidura the activities of the demigods, including Lord Brahma. When Diti heard from her husband that the sons she bore within her abdomen would be cause of disturbance to the demigods, she was not very happy. There are two classes of men, devotees and non-devotees. Non-devotees are called demons and devotees are called demigods. No sane man or woman can tolerate the non-devotees giving trouble to devotees. Diti therefore was reluctant to give birth to her babies. She waited for 100 years so that at least she could save the demigods from the disturbance for that period. Like that. दितेह गर्भस्य का वार्ता परेशा तेज हन्ति तथा तत् पचादित्य सुराणाम अर्दनम पीडनम तस्मात् शंकमाना असुरार्दन असुरार्दनात् विष्णोरिति वा तद हस्ततः मृत्युस्य. So here she has two kinds of fear. One thing is, yeah, these boys will trouble the demigods. That's why she is not to see that. So that's why she is not giving birth. That is the one reason you can take. Another reason is she also has fear because Vishnu is going to kill these boys. So because of that also she is not able to, because of that fear also she is not able to. Shankamana. Dadara varshani shatam shankamana surardanat. Surardanat means, this is a significant word here. Suranam ardanam pedanam tasma. That means since suras, that means demigods will be tortured by these people. So that's why she doesn't want to give birth. That is a otherwise asurardanat Vishnu itiva. So Shankamana, you can make Sandhi breaking here. Asura Ardhanat also you can make. Asura Ardhanat means, so the one who kill Hasuras. That means because of Vishnu, she is not able to give. Who is going to kill the Asuras? Vishnu. So that's why Asura Ardhanat means Vishnu. Right? Because of Vishnu, like that also you can take. So that's why she is not able to, she is not ready to give birth to his boys because those may be killed by Asura Ardhana. That means the one who destroy the Asuras or kill the Asuras. Who is that? Vishnu. Because of Vishnu, she is not able to give birth. Oh, he may kill if I give birth. That fear. Like that we can take. So demigods, Mahatmas, and we can find, yeah. Sukritinaha, Duskritina. There are the two sets of people. In we can see in the seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there are the two kinds of the people in the society. One set of people, they approach the Lord, and another set is they blame the Lord actually. They reject Lord. They have enmity towards the Lord. That is it. चतुर्विधा भजन्ति मां जनाः सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुर्वर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ. This is one set. This is Mahatmas. Sukritinaha. Sukritinaha means those who worship the Lord. Maybe some reasons are there. They are not maybe unallied devotees, but they approach the Lord. So out of fear, out of, artha means out of danger. Jignasu means out of inquisitiveness. Arthati means out of some material desires. Jnani means out of, so he is completely not interested in anything, just he wants to worship God. It's a Jnani. Because he understood no material opulence is needed. And also he doesn't want any material opulence, anything, just his worship. And there is another set of people, those who actually against the Lord. So those who are dushkrutinha. Namam dushkrutino muda prapadyante naradama mayaya pahrutagnana asurim bhavamasritaha. This is another set of people who are not worshipping the Lord. Dushkritinaha, bad people. Dushkritina means those who doesn't follow worshipping of the Lord, who doesn't follow varnashrama dharma. Varnashrama dharma is meant for serving the Lord. So dushkritinaha means those who doesn't follow that system. Now all the society is dushkritinaha. So these are mudaha, naradhamaha, maya pratagnanaha, asurim bhavamasritaha. Here Prabhupada said demigods and demons. So you can see the Bhagavad Gita. Sukrutinaha, dushkritinaha. They are being illusioned by Maya. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. Mayam mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. If you don't surrender to the Lord, you cannot come over this Maya. This Maya is so powerful. You have to surrender fully. If you don't surrender fully, Maya will not leave you. Until unless if you don't surrender fully, Maya is not going to leave us. Even the Gnanis also, they has to surrender fully at one stage. In the final stage, they have to surrender to the Lord. So then only Maya is going to leave. That means then only they can go and marry into the Brahma. So otherwise, they cannot go and marry into the Brahman. So it must actually. Surrendering to the Lord is must for everyone. He is maybe Gnani, he is maybe Yogi, he is maybe anyone. Otherwise, they cannot go out from this material world. They cannot go. It's impossible. That is a system actually. Until unless there is no help of bhakti, no, you cannot cross over this material. So that is the system actually Lord has given. Because this material world is completely controlled by Lord Himself. Mam cha yogi vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samatityetam brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Until unless if you don't surrender to the Lord fully, you cannot cross over and you cannot merge into the Brahman. You cannot go to the Vaikuntha also. You cannot go to the Golok Vrindavan. But you have to surrender. There can be the different reasons to surrender. To merge into the Brahman, you will surrender to the Lord. To serve the Lord, you will surrender to the Lord. So it can be the different reasons. And to get this Alokya Mukti, you may surrender. But one should surrender to the Lord to serve Him. Then that is pure devotion. Next sloka. लोके तेन हता लोके लोकपाला हतौ जसः न्यव न्यवेदयन् विश्वसृजे त्वां व्यतिकरं दिशाम्. By the force of the pregnancy of Diti, the light of the sun and moon was impaired, and in all the planets and the demigods of various planets being disturbed by that force asked the creator of the universe, Brahma, what is this expansion of darkness in all directions? When these Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are in the womb of his mother, their mother, so everywhere is darkness. All the effulgence is dominated by the darkness. Because when the asuras are taking birth, there will be a lot of bad signs in the nature. Big storms, big. So that means full darkness, heavy rains, lot of pain to the living entities. So the light of sun and moon was impaired in all the planets. And the demigods are in fear actually. There is no day and night. Because every time there is only darkness. Because of these demons. They diminished the effulgence of sun and moon. Hataloki. This is the problem. By seeing this situation, demigods were thinking what is the reason. Loke tena ahata loke lokapala hatau jasaha. Everyone will with glowless. There is no glow on the face of demigods also. Because such a great demons are going to take birth. And they all approach to Brahmaji to explain the situation actually. This Diti is going to give birth to these two great demons. And before birth itself, there is so much. So bad signs, so many bad signs are there. And we lost our Hata Aujasaha. Hata Aujasaha means light is over, being devoid of light. On their body also light is gone, and also there is no light in the universe. They are disturbed actually. So this is the very problematic situation at that time. It appears from this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam that the sun is the source of light for all planets in the universe. Yeah, sun is the source for all the planets. That means Atala Vitala, down planets anyway, they are below Swarga, they are inside the earth. There is no need of sun. That's why they have Nagamanis. Jewels are there in the inside. From that they will be getting light. But if you see earth and also Bhurlok and Swarga, Mahar, Jana, Tapa, in all the lokas, who is giving light? Sun only is giving the light. Sunlight is only the cause for the light in the other planets. Modern scientific theory, which states that there are many suns in each universe, is not supported by this verse. So absolutely right. Actually, whatever the Bhagavatam cosmology is the perfect. Modern cosmology has so many loopholes. They are slowly, they has to come to accept. So Bhagavad cosmology only. It is understood that in each universe there is only one sun, which supplies light to all the planets. In Bhagavad Gita, the moon is also stated to be one of the stars. There are many stars, and when we see them glittering at night, we can understand that they are reflectors of light. Just as moonlight is reflection of the sunlight, other planets also reflect in sunlight, and there are many other planets. So, like this is darkness is spreading actually. Now also there is so much darkness. Yes, because of the demons are increased in the society. So there is no knowledge. Knowledge is not there in the society. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is the light for the present. Now there are so many Hiranyakashipus and Hiranyakshas. Now, because of these people, all the like you see the example in present day society, in all the education systems, everywhere from the childhood till the graduations, post graduation, and engineering, master, PhD, most 99.99999%, all the education is ignorance actually. No knowledge about the Lord. No, that means they are all kept in the ignorance. Everyone is trained as an ignorant person because there is no education about the Lord and there is no education about the goal of the life. There is no education of the purpose of the life. There is no education about purpose of life. So everywhere is darkness. In everyone's heart is darkness. Light will be there when there is a knowledge about the absolute truth. So if there is no propagation of the knowledge about the Lord, means that's darkness. Darkness is spreading everywhere. So to destroy this darkness, there is a light is sent by the Lord. What is that? प्रायोपविष्टं गंगायां परीतं परमर्षिभिः कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टदृशामेष पुराणात् कोऽधुनोदितः तत्र कीर्तयतो विप्रा विप्रर्षेर्भूरि तेजसः. In this age of Kali, to destroy this darkness, everyone is just behind the sense gratification and they have no clue about the creator and the creation. Who has created this creation and who is the absolute truth and who is the supreme father and who is the savior and what is the ultimate process should be followed by the mankind. This is not at all taught by anywhere in the universities or in the colleges in the whole world. So everywhere darkness is spread. To destroy this darkness, because of this darkness, nobody is able to see who are we. If in the darkness, can you see what is this object? What is that object in your room? No. So because of there is no knowledge about the Lord, that's why everyone is ignorant. Everyone is in ignorance. To destroy this ignorance, Kalau, and that's why they are not able to know what is truth. Because they were not taught about the Lord. So that's why to destroy this ignorance, Kalau nashtadrishamesha Puranat kodinodita. To destroy this darkness, to give the light to the people. So this great Surya, the great sun appeared, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the sun actually. Everyone should Nityam Bhagavata say. 24 hours you should read Bhagavatam. Such a wonderful book. What is that? This Bhagavatam is Akila Sruti Saram. This is Akila Sruti Saram. This is the all the Vedas, essence of all the Vedas. Adhyatma Deepam. This is Adhyatma Deepam. This Bhagavat is Adhyatma. Don't read Bhagavatam just like a machine, just for the sake of academics. Adhyatma Deepam and Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam. Is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures. And what else? Dharma Projita Kaitavotra. There is no cheating business in this book. This book is completely teaching about the pure devotional service. Atra means in this Bhagavatam, there is no cheating business, is described here. Adhyatma Deepam, Akila Sruti Saram, Purana Arkaha. There are so many adjectives are there. You all should know how the Bhagavatam is glorified by everyone. Vasudev is saying that Nigama Kalpataror Kalitam Phalam. And Sota Goswami is saying that Kalau Nastadrishamesha Purana Kodunoditaha. And Sukadeva Goswami, Sonakadi Rishis are saying that what is that? They were saying Satvati Sritihi. Satvati Sritihi. Sonakadi Rishis are saying about Srimad Bhagavatam. And Sukadeva Goswami, what he is saying? So in the first canto, second sloka, third sloka, Vasudev is saying. In the first canto, second chapter, Sutta Goswami is saying that Akritla Srutisaram, Adhyatma Deepam. And also in the third chapter, he's saying that Purana Kodunoditaha. Purana Arkaha is saying, Sutta Goswami. And Saunaka Rishis are saying in the fourth chapter, what is that? Satvati Srutihi. Enjoy how this Bhagavatam is glorified by all these great sages. And Sukadeva Goswami is saying that in the first chapter of the second canto, Parinishthitopi Nairgunya Uttama Sloka Leelaya Gruhita Cheta Rajarsher Akhyanam Yadaditavan Tadaham Te Vidhasyami Mahapaurshiko Bhavan. Yasya Shraddada Tamasu Syan Mukunde Matissati Etan Nirvidyamananam Icchatam Akuto Bhayam. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam. What he is saying? Puranam Brahma Samhitam. This is the word Sukadeva Goswami is using. Like this book is wonderful book. Puranam Brahma Samhitam. Purana Arkaha. Brahma Samhitam Purana Arkaha Satvati Srutihi Projita Kaitavotraha Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam. This is a fruit. Someone is comparing it as a fruit. Someone is comparing this Bhagavatam as a sun. Someone is saying that this is Satvati Srutihi. Someone is saying that it is a destroyer of all the darkness. They all have great respect for Bhagavatam. Every speaker and every listener, they have the great respect for the Bhagavatam. You have or not? You are seeing how you are seeing Bhagavatam. Okay, next chapter. Next. Then these demigods went to Brahmaji and they started saying, Deva uchuhu tamayetat vibho vetha samvigna yadvayam rusham nahyavyaktam bhagavataha kalena sprushtavartmana. They are worried. All these devatas are worried. The fortunate demigod said, Oh, great one, just to see this darkness, which you know very well and which is causing us anxieties, because the influence of time cannot touch you. There is nothing unmanifest before you. They came to Brahmaji and they are saying like this. So they are glorifying Brahmaji. Prabhupada will read the purport. Brahmaji is addressed here in as Vibhu and as the personality of Godhead. He is the supreme personality of Godhead's incarnation of the mode of passion in the material world. He is non-different in the representative sense from the supreme personality of Godhead, and therefore the influence of time cannot affect him. Actually, Brahmaji is also affected by time, but here just is a representative of the God, and he is just known as guna avatar of the Lord. So that's why they are giving respect to him like Lord actually. But actually, Brahmaji is not beyond the time. He is not beyond the influence of the time. Time can influence him. What is the age of Brahmaji? Only 100 years. That we have seen in the third canto and 11th chapter. I think 11th chapter. So third canto, 11th chapter. That sloka. Let's see that only uh, यदर्थमायुषस्तस्य परार्थम् अभिधीयते पूर्वः परार्थोपक्रान्तो ह्यपरोऽद्य प्रवर्तते. From the third canto 11th chapter sloka number 33. So already parartha means so yadartha artha ayusha. So Ardha Aish means half. Artha means half. Half means 100 years. 50 years is over. And next Purva Parartha is over and Paraparartha is now happening. Parartha means 50 years of Brahmaji is 150 years is over. Purva Parartho Pakranto Aparo Adya Pravartate. That means this is the first day of the next Parartha. That means what? He is also influenced by time. Time is very powerful. Kaloyam hyapararthakyo nimesha upacharyate. And Brahmaji's these two pararthas are just one blink, just a blinking of the Lord. When Lord blinks his eyes, in this blinking time, Brahmaji's 100 years are over. In Brahmaji's 100 years, thousands and thousands of earthly years are over. That's the power of the time. Time factor is different in the different planets. But he is compared here like Lord. Sometimes demigods and great sages who have attained such a perfection are called Trikala. Okay. Deva Deva Jagathata Lokanata Sikhamane Paresham Aparesham Tvam Bhutanamasi Bhavavet. Translation. O God of the demigods, sustainer of the universe, head jewel of all the demigods in other planets, you know the intentions of all living entities in both the spiritual and material worlds. They are glorifying Brahmaji just to like a Lord actually. Because Brahmaji is almost on equal footing with the personality of Godhead. That means Lord is giving to Jivatma the creating power. Lord is giving his own creating power to some Jivatma, and that Jivatma is known as now Brahmaji. He is addressed here as the God of the demigods. And because he is the secondary creator of this universe, he is addressed as the sustainer of the universe. He does Visarga. He is the head of all the demigods, and therefore he is addressed here as the head of jewel of the demigods. It is not difficult for him to understand everything which is happening in both the spiritual and material worlds. He knows everyone's heart and everyone's intentions. Therefore, he was requested to explain this incident. So he created all the jivas. So he was asked by that.
Little bit like
Namo नमो विज्ञान वीर्याय माययेदमुपेयिषे गृहीत गुण भेदाय नमस्ते व्यक्तयोनये. Original source of strength and scientific knowledge, all obeisances unto you. You have accepted that differentiated mode of passion from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. With the help of external energy, you are born of the unmanifested source. All obeisances unto you. They all devatas. So praying to the Brahmaji. Prabhupada is writing here, the Vedas are the original scientific knowledge for all departments of understanding. And this knowledge of the Vedas was first impregnated into the heart of Brahma by the Supreme Personality of God. What they are glorifying? They are glorifying like Vijnana Viryaya. That means he knows all the knowledge. How he knows? Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavaye. Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adi Kavaye. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चाद्वेषविघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदा या आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः. We have seen in the first sloka of this Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord has just revealed all the Vedic knowledge in the heart of Brahmaji. Brahma means here Vedic knowledge. He revealed the Vedic knowledge in the heart of Brahma. Next. ये त्वानन्यये भावेन भावयन्त्यात्मभावनम् आत्मनि प्रोतभुवनं परं सदसदात्मकम्. O Lord, all these planets exist within yourself, and all the living entities are generated from you. Therefore, you are the cause of this universe, and anyone who meditates upon you without deviation attains devotional service. Just they are worshipping like Hiranyo Garbopasakas. Here, this Ananyena Parameshwarad Abhinnena Bhavena Ye Hiranyagarbhopasaka. Means they are worshipping Ye tu Ananyena Bhavena Bhavayantyatma Bhavanam. Hiranyagarbhopasakas, they worship like this Brahmaji. That means they don't see difference between Brahmaji and the Lord. Otherwise, Ananyena is having another meaning. Next. तेषां सुपक्वयोगानां जितस्वासेन्द्रियात्मानां लब्धयुष्मत्प्रसादानां न कुतश्चित् पराभवः. There is no defeat in this material world for persons who control the mind and senses by controlling the breathing process and who are therefore experienced mature mystics. This is because by such perfection in yoga, they have attained your mercy. The purpose of yogic performance is actually these devatas are glorified, Brahmaji. So, like similarly to the Lord, because they are seeing Brahmaji as the guna avatar of the Lord. The purpose of yogic performance is explained here. It is said that an experienced mystic attains full control of the senses and the mind by controlling the breathing process. Therefore, controlling the breathing process is not the ultimate aim of yoga. The real purpose of yogic performance is to control the mind and the senses. Anyone who has such control is to be understood to be an experienced, mature mystic yogi. It is indicated herein that yogi who has control over the mind and senses has the actual benediction of the Lord and has no fear. In other words, one cannot attain the mercy and benediction of the Supreme Lord until one is able to control the mind and senses. This is actually possible when one fully engages in Krishna consciousness. Fully. If you become fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, then mind can be controlled. Then only Lord will give. So, Bhava Bhakti. So, higher stages you can get mercy of the Lord. Here in this purport, may
He left her.
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Make me host. Because of power cut. Because of power cut. So Prabhupada is saying here, until unless one get the control on his senses, he cannot get the mercy of the Lord. That means Krishna Prem. So that will come when we engage ourselves in full in Krishna consciousness. We will be controlling, our mind is in control. Then Krishna's mercy. Means here mercy means Krishna Prem. Next, yasya vacha praja sarva gavasyantyeva yantrita haranti balimayatta tasmai mukyayate namaha. All the living entities within the universe are conducted by the Vedic directions. As a bull is directed by the rope attached to its nose, no one can violate the rules laid down in the Vedic literature. To the chief person who has contributed the Vedas, we offer our respect. The Vedic literatures are the laws of Supreme Personality of God. One cannot violate the injunctions given in the Vedic literatures any more than one can violate state laws. Any living creature who wants a real benefit in life must act according to the directions of the Vedic literature. Actually, the whole society has to be conducted based upon so dharma. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So now the society has to be divided into four varnas. So all the modern engineering colleges, engineering law colleges or arts colleges, this colleges, that colleges, all the colleges has to be converted into varnashrama colleges. This is the Prabhupada's desire. Prabhupada wanted this movement has to convert the like in the West, the so many churches are converted into the temples. Similarly, every college, every school should be converted into Varnashrama Gurukuls and Varnashrama colleges. And there, what he has to be taught? There has to be taught about the Krishna and also the Dharma. Varnashrama Dharma, rules and regulations of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, and Brahmachari, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Like this, everywhere in every town, every city, every village, there should be teaching of the Dharma in the whole world. So then that is human society. Now these our so-called scientists and so-called educationalists, what they are teaching, just they are teaching the ignorance, just they are teaching how to manipulate few things in this nature, some objects whatever we get, so some elements are available, and how to just like example whatever the semiconductor physics is completely, this is a science based upon what silicon and germanium, silicon and germanium and carbon, particularly silicon and germanium we take and we keep on processing and we are developing the so many chips this and that, just it is a manipulation of the some energy in this nature. So education related to the manipulation of the some energy in this nature, it just is a ignorance. But the maya objection suryate prakriti sacharacharam, Lord is saying that under my control this whole nature is working, and we are not reading about and studying about the person who is directing this nature. This is a very unfortunate situation. Even if we want to learn about this material world, we have to learn from the Vedas. We should learn from the Ayurveda. We should learn from the Vriksha Ayurveda. We should learn from the Dhanurveda. We should learn from the Gandharva Veda. We should learn from the Puranas. So such a colleges has to be started. Thousands and thousands of Varnashrama college has to be taught, has to be started. This is going to happen. This is going to happen absolutely in the coming few decades. So then whole society will be following their dharma. All this nonsense now, they are cats and dogs, they are doing sex like cats and dogs, and there is no regulation, there is no dharma in any level actually. Just they are all running behind the money, artha and kama, sense gratification. That's all. This is completely bogus society. It is not going to sustain for a long time. Sattvam viditsva shambhuman tamasa lupta karmanam adapradayaya drishtya apannan arhasi kshitum. The demigods prayed to Brahma, please look upon us mercifully, for we have fallen into a miserable condition. Because of the darkness, all our work has been suspended. Because they don't have now discrimination of day and night. Everything is night. Tamasa ahoratra vibhaga abhave. Because of this darkness, there is no day and there is no night. Such asuras, when they take birth, this kind of things will happen actually. So many bad signs. We'll be seeing in the next chapter, next 16th chapter, appearance of the great demons, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So how the foxes are shouting, dogs are crying, dogs are going to cry, and thunderbolts are falling, like that. Next. Because of complete darkness, complete darkness in my room also. There is influence of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha in my room also. There is no discrimination of day and night. And there are no regular affairs in the whole universe. So it was like that. We are going to see this appearance of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Now I connected my mobile data, and but there is no room. The Wi-Fi is off because there is no power. So that's why you're now it came. Yesterday also 2 times it will go like that. One time and second time. Now it will not go. Now it will be staying back. Don't worry. So next sloka. एष देवादितेर्गर्भ ओजः काश्यपमर्पितम् दिशस्तिमिरयन् सर्वा वर्धतेऽग्निरिवैधसि. As fuel overloads a fire, so the embryo created by the semen of Kashyapa in the womb of Diti has caused complete darkness throughout the universe. Maitreya is saying now, Saprahasya Mahabaho Bhagavan Shabda Gochara Pratyachashtatmar Bhurdevan Prenan Ruchiraya Gira. After hearing from these things from demigods, Brahmaji is going to reply. So Sri Maitreya said, thus Lord Brahma, who is understood by transcendental vibration, tried to satisfy the demigods, being pleased with their words of prayer. Brahma understood actually the situation, and that means this is because of Diti's sons. And Brahmaji was laughing. Oh, actually, he see Sa Prahasya Mahabaho. Brahmaji laughed actually. When he heard these things from demigods, he was laughing. Why he was laughing? The reason is, so how he was laughing? Vruddha balan prati iva prahasya. Aho agnaha mam evam stuvanti etad vipattitrana koham varaka iti vruddha. Why Brahmaji laughed? Because the way demigods were glorifying him are not really suitable to him. Because are murkho. So the feeling of Brahmaji is, you are all foolish people. Why you are glorifying me so much like this, like Supreme Lord? Who am I to save you all from this kind of danger? And you are really exaggerating and glorifying me. But actually, you are all fools. Huh? So, can I save you all from this calamity, this danger? Who am I to save? This is the feeling of the Brahmaji actually. Because of this, they are too much. They are expecting too much from Brahmaji actually. And that's why he was laughing. Yes, you are all foolish people. Like such a Vruddha Balan Prati. Like a knowledgeable person, by seeing a ignorant person, he may laugh, na? Like that. Or otherwise, so elderly person see a small kid and he will laugh, na, towards him by his naughty or some kind of his ignorant words if he hear. The same way here, Brahmaji was laughing towards the words of demigods because they are all ignorant. So that they don't know, Brahmaji is not going to save them from this danger. Next, Brahmovacha Manasa me sutayishmat Purvaja Sanakadaya Cherurvihaya Saloka Lokeshu Vikataspruha. Lord Brahma said, my four sons Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandan, and Sanat Kumar, who were born from my mind, are your predecessors. Sometimes they travel through the material and spiritual skies without any definite desire. But suddenly Brahma started saying, Are Murkho, you should know all some story. Etat vipat karanavatim prachinam adbhutam katham tavat srunata ityaha. Are Murkho, devatai, just to hear one wonderful story. Behind this, there is a one story is behind this, which is the cause for now present danger, present calamity. Behind this calamity, there is a big story is there. And now you all start listening from me. So like that, he started a story. Once upon a time, your elder brothers are there. Sanat, Sanatan, Sanand, and Sanat Kumar. Sanaka, Sanatan, Sanand, and Sanat. These four. They are very saintly people. They have no regulation. Manasaha means they appeared from the Brahmaji's mind. Who is mother of Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, and Sanat Kumar? Who is mother? No mother. They came directly from Brahmaji's mind. No mummy. Without mummy also, initially creation was done. Now it's not going to happen like that. That means creation is also many types. With the help of woman is done. That is normal. With the mind, he used to produce. That is another. Like that, many are there. I forgot. So these four sages, they can go to anywhere in this world, in this universe, without any definite desire. So what happened then? तयेकदा भगवतो वैकुण्ठस्यामलात्मनः ययुर्वैकुण्ठनिलयं सर्वलोकनमस्कृतम्. Ekada means once upon a time. Te means those four sages. Yayuhu means went. Where they went? Vaikuntasya Nilayam. Vaikuntha Nilayam. They went to Vaikuntha Nilayam. They went to Vaikuntha. Sarvaloka Namaskritam. This place is very wonderful place. This Vaikuntha is also explained in the second canto, 9th chapter. You all remember? Yes, no, yes, no, no. Okay. Vaikuntha was shown to Brahmaji. Wonderful Vaikuntha. How the Vaikuntha is? प्रवर्तते यत्र रजस्तमस्तयो सत्वं च मिश्रं न च कालविक्रमः न यत्र माया किमुता परेर्हरेर् अनुव्रता यत्र सुरासुरार्चिता. This Vaikuntha is completely devoid of Maya. No Rajas, Sattva, Tamogunas. And Nacha Kala Vikrama. There is no influence of time there. No one will become old there. It's such a great place that is. Shamavadata Satapatra Lochana Pishanga Vastra Surucha Supeshashaha Sarve Chaturbaha Unmishan Manipraveka Nishkavarana Suvachasaha. The beautiful people reside there. Shamavadataha Satapatra Lochanaha Pishanga Vastraha. They are all wearing the yellow garments. Their eyes are like lotus eyes. Like sometimes if you go to some different country, you will be seeing. That means regularly whom you are seeing, very different people you might be seeing and you'll be getting surprised. Yes? In the same way, so if you go to the South India, you might be seeing some different type of people. If you go to Africa, then you'll be seeing some different people. Suddenly, if you go to the West Africa. And if you go to the Vaikuntha, there are so many beautiful, and you will be surprised. Like from the North, South India to North India, when you come first time, you will be also seeing something different actually, like that. So it is explained there in the 9th chapter of the 2nd canto. So now, here, these boys went there, that Vaikuntha. The material world is full of kuntas. But Vaikuntha means there are no kuntas. Kuntas means anxieties. In any one of the planets, beginning from the highest down to the lowest, Patala. From Satyaloka to the Patala, everywhere, kuntas, anxieties are there. Everyone is having the anxiety. Anxiety for livelihood, anxiety for the health, anxiety for family, anxiety for marriage life, anxiety for the old age. So much anxiety, so many anxieties. Anxiety for post, position, this, that, settlement of the life, anxiety for getting children. All the time anxiety is here. Every minute we are in the anxiety, some anxiety. No peace at all. But everyone wants peace. The living entities, however, are actually eternal. They want an eternal home, an eternal residence. But because of accepting a temporal abode in the material world, they are naturally full of anxiety. Just to you stop your anxiety for the material things. Just to stop hankering for the material things. Just to completely you take out your consciousness from the material things and just to focus on the Krishna, then everything will be okay. Why you are hankering so much for these temporal things, temporary things, which are just for stay with you for few years or few hours or few minutes. It's a temporal abode in the material world. We hanker for our whole life. We endeavor for whole our life to just earn a one building. You work day and night, you just gathering rupee, adding rupee to rupee, and or rupee means in we India we use rupees. So and you will be feeling, wow, I'm doing so much, so much, so much. And finally I should build my own house. And I should purchase my own land and I should build my own house and I should live peacefully. Then I will do bhakti. You will not be peaceful at all. Here, after purchasing the land and constructing house, also there is anxiety. There are so many permissions are needed. Rightly constructing that. Then after constructing also there is so much anxiety. So maintaining that. There will be so many calamities. So much effect of the atmosphere on the house. And they're getting spoiled materials. And once again anxiety. Oh, this is becoming old and this is becoming getting spoiled, this is getting spoiled, this part, that part. Completely full of anxieties. Before marriage, there is anxiety whether I can get a good girl or not. After getting the anxiety, whether I can get a good baby or not. After getting the baby, anxiety whether this baby can become nice person or not. After getting the nice person, also anxiety whether he can get a good husband or not. Once again, after get married of the child, also anxiety whether they can get good children or not. What is this nonsense? Huh? Rangarama, why this anxiety?
No, it's nonsense with no sense and creates nuisance. Sorry.
Yes, yes. After knowing this much, also we are not able to stay on on the same consciousness. Whatever the consciousness is there in the class now, that will not be continued actually even after the class because It's so powerful. This material world is so powerful, actually. Your association is so powerful. This atmosphere is so powerful. Is completely filled with ignorance. Your neighbors are ignorant. Your friends are ignorant of the truth. Your all family members are ignorant. And you are working, you are staying, you are mingling, you are sitting, you are sleeping with such ignorant people. That's why you are always in the ignorance. And immediately that ignorance will be covering this, whatever you are knowing. No? You cannot retain in that. But when you stand, sit, sleep, walk, work with the devotees all the time, then there is some relief will be there. At least some amount, more amount of time you can remember Krishna. And they all always speak with the Krishna conscious spirit. Even medical activities also they speak with the spirit of Krishna consciousness. And which always remind you, you are not this body and you are the servant of the Lord. Such a dealings are there 24 hours with you, then there is a scope is there. That's why Prabhupada wanted to build the Varnashrama communities, Daiva Varnashrama communities. Until unless you are postponing this, there is no chance to become a fully Krishna consciousness. It's absolutely, it is a given statement. You can write on a bond paper and I can sign on this. And I will pay for that. If it is not going to, it is something going against this. This is the problem actually. We should always with the devotees. We should make our life Vaikuntha by having our own communities. So next, Vasanti yatra purusha sarve Vaikuntam urtayaha ye nimitta nimittena dharmena dharmena radhayan harim. In the Vaikuntha planets, all the residents are similar in form to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They all engage in devotional service to the Lord without desire for sense gratification. They all have the similar form of the Lord in the Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha Murtaha Bhagavat Sarupyavantaha. That means they have similar form of the Lord. Animittam Saprayojana Bhava Eva Nimitta Pravartakam. It means they don't have any selfish reasons. Like that they are serving him in that Vaikuntha. Next. Okay, purport. The residents and the form of living in Vaikuntha are described in this verse. The residents are all like the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana. The Vaikuntha planet's Krishna's plenary feature as four-handed Narayana is predominating deity, and the residents of Vaikuntha Loka are also four-handed, just to contrary to our conception here in the material world. Nowhere in the material world do we find a human being with four hands. In Vaikuntha, there is no occupation but the service of the Lord, and this service is not rendered with purpose. That is animitta nimitta karana, that is being explained. Next, yatra chadyah pumanaste bhagavan shabda gocharaha sattvam vishtabhya virajam swanam no mrudayan vrishaha. In the Vaikuntha planets, is the supreme, in the Vaikuntha planets is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original person and who can be understood through the Vedic literature. He is full of uncontaminated mode of goodness, with no place for passion or ignorance. He contributes religious progress for the devotees. Yatra chadya pumaste Bhagavan Shabdagoja Sattum Vishtabhya Virajam Swama. That means there will be no Rajoguna there actually. Is completely is Sattva Guna. What Sattva? That means material Sattva? No, it is a Visuddha Sattva. Transcendental, that is. Sat Nayatra Maya Kimuta Pari. So, okay, next. The kingdom of Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Supreme spiritual state cannot be understood by any process other than hearing from the description of the Vedas. No one can go see it. In this material world also, one who is unable to pay to go to a far distance place by motorized convenience can only understand about the place from authentic books. Similarly, the Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual sky are beyond this material sky. Actually, in the material world also Vaikunthas are there, like Shir Sagar on the bank of the Shir Sagar, and also into Dhruvaloka, there also, that is also Vaikuntha. And also one more place. Like this, Vaikunthas are there in this universe also, but they are all transcendental. They are not out of matter. There is no possibility that they can go beyond material sky. Anyway, this is next. Yatranai Shreyasam Nama Vanam Kamadugair Drumai Sarvatu Shribir Viprajat Kaivalyamiva Murtimat. In those Vaikuntha planets, there are many forests which are very auspicious. In those forests, the trees are desert trees, and in all seasons, they are filled with flowers and fruits because everything in the Vaikuntha planets is spiritual and personal. Now, one by one, now the planet. So, in this Vaikuntha forest, trees, so many things are being explained one by one. So, we are going to study all these from uh, yeah. We'll read from the commentary. So, it's not commentary from the next sloka onwards. But purport, we read purport quickly. In the Vaikuntha planets, the land, the trees, the fruits and flowers and the cows, everything is completely spiritual and personal. These trees are desert trees. On this material planet, the trees can produce fruits and flowers according to according to the order of material energy. But in the Vaikuntha planets, the trees, the land, the residents, and the animals are all spiritual. There is no difference between the tree and the animal or the animal and the man. Here the word Murtimat indicates that everything has a spiritual form. That means in the spiritual world, everything is having the form. It's not formless. Everything is having the form. Vaimanikas salalanas charitani shashvat gayanti yatra shama गायन्ति यत्र समलक्षपणानि भर्तुः अन्तर्जलेनु विकसन् मधुमाधवीनां गन्धेन स्वखण्डितदियोऽप्यनिलं क्षिपन्तः. Can anyone read? Translation.
The Vaikuntha planets, the inhabitants fly in their airplanes, accompanied by their wives and consorts, and eternally sing of the character and the activities of the Lord, which are always devoid of all inauspicious qualities. While singing the glories of the Lord, they deride even the presence of the blossoming Madhavi flowers, which are fragrant and laden with honey.
Thank you. Now, vaimanikas are explained. So, Kumaras are going to Vaikuntha, and in that, before entering into the Vaikuntha, that whole Dvipa, that Sweta Dvip, so is being explained here how it is surrounded, different trees, and so on. So many things are being explained here. So we'll hear these things from the commentary. The activities of the Lord are devoid of all contamination of present in jivas. So it's sloka number is 79. Devoid of uh, jivas of the material world, and they destroy the grief arising from separation from them. The servants descend from their airplanes in order to produce special notes in their singing. What happens? In that Vaikuntha, there are so many airplanes, and all these airplanes are just flying, and the inhabitants of that Vaikuntha, sometimes they're all servants of the Lord. They descend from their airplanes in order to produce special notes in their singing. So no, they want to. There are the notes sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, like this. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. These are the notes, musical notes. So they want to produce special notes in their singing. What they do for that? They do that singing while immerse. They sing while immersed in the lakes up to their throats. Till the throat, they are sitting in the lake, and they try to produce the special notes. They do practice like that. And sometimes, so they are all accompanied with their consorts also. They keep their consorts on the trees on the bank of that water. In that Deepa, there are the water flows also there. Water flows. So they keep their consorts on the bank of that water body. Those trees are there on that bank, and they cover them with leaves. They cover the wives with the leaves, and then have enter the water. Their attention fixed only on the describing the Lord. So they keep on singing the glories of the Lord with the special notes. Meanwhile, what happened? So there are Madhavi flowers. These flowers are very fragrant flowers. Nice fragrance comes out from that. And that fragrance is coming. So in that pond, there are blossom. That means blossom Madhavi flowers are there. And they are fully filled with the honeys. And that fragrance is now through air coming and touching the nose of these singers who are singing glories of the Lord. And that means even this fragrance is so captivating, but still they are not disturbed by this fragrance. They keep continue singing. And they used to say with the so with Madhavi flowers and these wind tides. Come on, you all want to disturb us. Hey Madhavi flower, you want to disturb us? You cannot disturb. We will not deviate from describing the glories of the Lord. Why do you try to divert us, divert our minds? We are absorbed in the sweetness of the Lord's pastimes. That means in the Vaikuntha inhabitants, in the Vaikuntha, the inhabitants, they are always relishing the sweetness of the Lord's pastimes. There is sweetness, sweet fragrance is coming from the Madhavi flowers, but still they have no disturbance because of this. They keep on relishing the pleasure in the Lord's glories. It is there. This Jivatma is meant for relishing that. It's very natural to the Jivatma. Since you are rogi, you are diseased. Since you have disease, now you are not able to relish. We are all diseased people. Now there is no happiness in hearing Krishna's pastimes. If nice thing is kept in front of you with nice dish and fragrance is coming, you will forget to remember Krishna also before eating. Mahaprasade Govinda also you may forget sometimes, if really captivating that is. Many times happens. Or something, some beautiful object or some music is coming outside. Immediately your attention goes there. You are reading Bhagavatam and some music came. Then your mind goes there. Or some smell coming. Some food smell or some flower smell. Nothing. Simply, easily, we are deviated. That means we have no taste at all. Because of the contamination in the heart, Ruchi will come after the Nishta. When we do strong bhajan, anartha nivritti will happen. When anarthas are finished, then bhajan will be steady. When we do steady bhajan, then Ruchi will come. Because now anarthas are there. Because of this dirtiness in the heart. Is completely rotten things are there in your heart. It's a very bad smell. Lust, greed, anger, all this is nonsense actually. Heart is fully filled with all these dirty things. Tadvaisatirtam is a wise there is a crow's place. Rotten animal body. You remember like that. So when you clean that with the bhajan, then your bhajan will become steady, then ruchi will come in the glories of the Lord. Then asakti. Then you'll become mad. Your mind will run behind the Krishna's pastimes automatically without your intention also. So these are all like that. They are relishing. These people are disturbing us. These powers are playful. Streaming is going on. Make me host. I will check. Acha, I am host. Okay, okay, okay. It's going on. Okay, okay. Production. So they are saying to these fragment wind tides, you cannot disturb us. You are all foolish. You are. Next, next sloka. परावतान्यवसारस्याहं ससुखतिथिर्बर्हिणां यः कोलाहलो विरमते चिरमात्रं चैर्भूरादिपे हरिकथामिव गायमाने. When the king of beasts hums in a high pitch singing the glories of the Lord, there is a temporary lull in the noise of pigeons, the chakravaka swan, the parrot, the partridge, and the peacock. Transcendental birds stop there simply to hear the voice of God. What happened? Surroundings of Vaikuntha are like this. These vaimanikas are doing that. Of Vaikuntha means surroundings of Vishnu's palace actually. Then now, here you see the birds, how they are devotees. Before we have seen the the riding people of the airplanes, vaimanikas, airplane riders. We know about them. Now, these birds, swans, parrots, chakravakas, these doves, they stopped chirping. Why? They started. There is a glorification of God. Let us be silent. What is this? Because the king bee, among the bees, there is a king is there. This king bee is humming like that. They are all thinking that this king bee is humming like Hari Hari Hari, and thinking that, oh, this king bee is always sit in the lotus garland of the Lord, and it is now singing the glories of the Hari. And let us hear, all of us. Let us be silent. The buzz sound of the king bee is appearing like Hari Hari for these birds, and that's why they stop the chirping and started sound. Hari, Hari, feeling like that, Hari.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, your voice is
And they
not.
are thinking that it is a, oh my God, Mata, not coming.
Voice is cracking.
Every cracking, cracking and breaking. Okay, 1 second. I will making. I will be making. Okay, this problem is net. Internet is not good. Now it is okay. I changed
Yes,
it.
Prabhuji.
So completely it was unaudible previously. You are not able to hear what I was explaining
No,
about the
partly audible, Prabhuji.
how the birds were doing devotion that was being explained in this sloka. There were cuckoos, there were swans, parrots, and nightingales. So many are there. These birds stopped chirping and just listening. Listening of what? There was a king bee and it is buzzing. Zzz. And it is appearing for these birds as the sound hari hari. And they are thinking it's a glorification of the hari, how this humble bee is, this bumblebee is doing, how the Lord's glorification. Let us hear this. Like they're thinking and they stop, chirping and hearing that. This is the situation of the, this is the devotion of the birds. For us, even someone sing Hari, then for us it appears like something else. Because our heart is so contaminated. And what to speak if really that this bee directly glorifies the Lord, then what will happen to these birds then? That means they are mad actually to hear the glories of the Lord. Next sloka. 19th. Mandara kundakura botpala champakarna punnagaga punnaganaga parijata gandherchite tulasikabaranena tasya yasmin tapassu manaso bahumanayanti. Although flowering plants like the Mandara, Kunda, Kurabaka, Utpala, Champaka, Arana, Punnaga, Nagakeshara, Bakula, Lily, and Parajata are full of transcendental fragrance. They are still conscious of the austerities performed by Tulsi. For Tulsi is given special preference by the Lord, who garlands himself with tulsi leaves. So now see what is this? That means first 17th sloka vaimanikas, that means the riders of airplane we have seen. In the 18th sloka we have seen the birds. Now we are going to see the devotion of plants. Like the birds, the trees also are the greatest devotees. In the Vaikuntha, trees also greatest devotees. And they don't have any envy and hatred. These trees have flowers with the sweetest perfume. And they smell these trees when they smell this tulsi fragrance. When the Lord performs fastens in the forest with tulsi ornaments, they offer respect to tulsi because These all trees have so much respect for Tulsi. Because Tulsi is always dwelling in the, Lord always dwelling in the Tulsi forest. He performed sweet pastimes, intimate pastimes. Vrindavan means Tulsi one, Vrinda Devi. They are going into the bushes of Tulsi. Lord and his consorts. And they used to perform intimate leelas there. So that means this opportunity to serve like this, there is opportunity there only for Tulsi. Vrindarani, Tulsi. Vrinda Devi. And Tulsi is having the great fortune like this. And by seeing the fortune of Tulsi, all the trees are having so much respect for the Tulsi. And Tulsi is having so much fortune. So because those leaves are taken out and used to make a garland, and she is always residing in the in the body of the Lord, in the lotus feet of the Lord, on the lotus feet of the Lord, on the neck of the Lord. This fortune is there with the Tulsi. By seeing this fortune of the Tulsi, the remaining trees are not at all envious. And they have great respect for the Tulsi. And they say, you are so fortunate. Oh, my dear Tulsi, what kind of austerities you did? So you got such a fortune. Lord, you are always touching the Lord's lotus feet. You are always on the garland of the Lord. And please tell what kind of austerities you did. Austerities you did. We will also go to the land of Bharata and we will also do that. Those are austerities. Even so many people, they want to go to this land of Bharata and do the austerities. We will also go there. Like this, all the trees are expressing their respect to the Tulasi. And they are like that. They have no envious towards her. This is the Vaikuntha actually. But in the material world, if someone is nicely progressing the devotion, then we will be having the enviousness. If someone is getting the extra mercy from Guru, then there is enviousness. It is not like this in the Vaikuntha. Next sloka. That means all the trees are so much devotional. Yat sankulam haripadanati matra drushtay Vaiduryamaraka hemamayairvimanai yesham bruhat katitata smitashobhimukyaha krishnatmanam naraja adadhur utsmayadyai. The inhabitants of Vaikuntha travel in their airplanes made of lapis lazuli, amarla, and gold. Although crowded by the consorts who have large hips and beautiful smiling faces, they cannot be stimulated to passion by their mirth and beautiful charms. Now you come to the inhabitants. So that means we have seen the surroundings of in the Vaikuntha, the various surroundings of the Lord's palace. So now the city. Now city Vaikuntha we are going to see now. That means in that Swetadeep, so Vaikuntha city is there and surroundings are there. Surroundings, forest are there, water flows are there, birds are there, trees are there. All this are being described. Now we are going to the city, Vaikuntha city. That beauty of city we are going to see. How this Vaikuntha city is made? Vaikuntha is filled with airplanes made of gold. All the people are fully surrendered to the Lord in that city. All the people. They are always engaged in the blissful worship of Lord. And there are the most beautiful women are there in that Vaikuntha. Their hips are very broad and their faces are always with smile, no anxiety. And by seeing their body, no one will get any lust, any passion, no. Because Vaikuntha is Nayat Rajas Tama. There is no Rajas and Tamas, no. And beautiful glances. And there the male are there and females are there, but there is no sex desire. There is no lust. No. They are all absorbed in the service of the Lord. श्रीरूपिणी कोणयति चरणारविन्दम् लीलाम्बुजेन हरिसत्मनिमुक्तदोषा संलक्ष्यते स्फटिककुड्य उपेतहेम्नि सम्मार्जति वा यदनुग्रहे ग्रहणेन्ययत्नः. Now we are going to description of goddess Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. The ladies in the Vaikuntha planets are as beautiful as the goddess of fortune herself. Such a transcendently beautiful ladies, their hands playing with the lotuses and their leg bangles tinkling, and sometimes seen sweeping the marble walls, which are bedecked in intervals with the golden border, in order to receive the grace of the Supreme Personality of God. So now we are going to see even the Lakshmi's service in these two slokas, in two verses, 21 and 22. She is having the highest beauty, and she is having the ankle bells twinkling, ankle bells, and when she is walking, and sound is so soothing, and she is having the nice graceful gait, and Lord's house is fully in the Vaikuntha. Lord is in the city. Lord is also having the house. It is fully filled with the crystal walls and gold embellishments and polished walls. When she is walking, it's looking like she is brooming when she is reflecting in that walls. Emeralds are there and stones are there. She is reflecting, and how it is looking, she is cleaning with broom, like that it is looking. Actually, when she's holding a lotus in the hand, and its ankle bells are giving nice sound, and she's walking in the room. So how it is looking? She in that reflecting, she is reflecting in that stones of the walls, like she's sweeping the floor with the broom. So next, only one sloka this, just 2 minutes. We'll finish the Lakshmi's description also. Vapishu vidruma tata swamalamrutapsu प्रेष्यान्विता निजवने तुलसी बिरीशम् अभ्यर्चति स्वल कमुन्न समीक्ष्य वक्त्र उच्चेशितं भगवतेत्यमतरङ्गम् यच्छ्रीः उच्चेष्टितं भगवत्येत्यमतङ्ग यच्छ्रीः. The goddess of fortune worship the Lord in their own gardens by offering tulsi leaves on the coral-paved banks of transcendental reservoirs of water. While offering worship to the Lord, they can see on the water the reflection of their beautiful faces with raised noses. And it appears that they have become more beautiful because of the Lord's kissing their faces. Okay, now having described the bhakti expressed in her service, he now describes her bhakti expressed through archana. So that means now in this sloka, so we are going to see here he now describes her bhakti expressed through archana, which is similar to that sadhaka. She takes her morning bath. Lakshmi goes to the takes morning bath in order to worship Narayana. She goes to a pond actually. Where it is? It is located. So, with Tulsi in a grove situated within the Shreyas Savana. Nishreyas Savana. This is the name actually. And in a pond filled with water similar to nectar. Nishreyasvana. There is a vana, Nishreyasvana. In that Nishreyasvana, there is a pond is there. That means there are the big forest. In that there is a special vana is there for the Lakshmi actually. There is water pond is there. And in order to wash her face, she sits on the step off on the bank of that pond, gazes at her face with the beautiful locks and nose reflected in the water. And she sees her face in that water. She thinks that it is the leftover from being kissed by the Lord. By seeing the nose, she thinks that this is the place leftover which is not kissed by the Lord. Or seeing her face reflected in the water mixed with the reflection of the blue lotuses, she begins to think that her face is being kissed by the Lord. Because there are the blue lotuses are there in that. And when she is seeing in that water, so blue lotus is resembling what? Like a Lord's face. Lord's face is like a blue lotus. And when she is seeing her face in that, now her face is being kissed by these lotuses, means by the Lord. Like that she remember. She feel like that. Okay. We'll stop here. Any question? Tomorrow we'll read. So Kumaras entering into Vaikuntha. Any questions? Very good. Nice. No questions. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna and thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat pranams, Prabhu. Thanks.
Pranam.
Excellent.
Pranam, Prabhuji.